Hi everybody, it's Colin from Colin's Engage. I thought it was time that we put a face to this layout. It's been a while since the last one, been busy working, and I've also been doing a bit of ballasting. But it's nice to see you all. So let's get on with the video, and I'll see you in a little while. Okay. Right, I got some more tape put on. I've got that one set up to work together, because basically if you want that to go across to that one's got to change, so there's no point having them separate, so they work on one switch. And that's quite my first double one, and I think it's the only one as well where they work together like that. Being the red being the clockwise, I've now got the double slip and the next point, which is that's the double slip and that's the next point, and I've just done that surface because I'm going to continue the bush line across there. Now it's quite interesting how you do these double slips, which I'll show you in a second. Let me find my pointer. Okay. Right, at the moment, when you look at that double slip, there's a gap on that bit of the track and that point arm there, because that means it's going to go around there, which is replicated by the lights. This is a clockwise track, both of them. Just have to excuse the reflection of the white light, what's above my head. That switch operates those point arms, but it operates those lights, which sounds a bit complicated, but basically if the train is going either way, if you know there's a train coming down here, that first light has to be green. If it's not, it's going to derail, because the point arm is pointing somewhere else. So then you have to tell it which way to go, which is those two lights, and as I said, that's to go around there. Now the train is coming round again, so that's going to go like it did before. So as that carries on going round, on the return loop, that has to be lit, because if we look here, it can go onto it But that is all. It can't go straight on because it'll derail, and it can't go around the corner because there isn't a gap. So if I wanted to go on the return loop round here, round and down there towards the 67, that's that switch. Which makes that light go, and that light to there. So now we have the curve. Those point arms have moved off that, so the train can run round that corner. Now if I was to press this now, you've seen that it's going down here. If I just press that, it won't operate the point nearest to you. It actually operates that point. It's moved it over, because basically now the train can come on the return loop and straight across, because that part of the double slip is set for straight on, and so is that. So that switch operates that point of the arm. It operates that one. It changes the lights on the board on this side, but operates that. Now this is coming again, so the train's going to come down here. It can't because it's not set. So if I press that, it changes that, and it's actually changed that one. So your point motors from your switch have to operate the opposite side, so you know where it goes. Now it works in reverse. Doesn't matter that this is a clockwise track, that particular outside loop. If the 60 there wanted to come into this line, the first thing it's got to have is a green to go onto it, and then a green to come round the corner, and that is then set, and I can bring that train round into here. So now if I drive that train, it'll go where the lights were pointing, which is round that corner, across the two crossings, and down there, which is basically what they say. Now I'll just put it back ready for that, because it can go on but it can't come off because it's not set right. So we'll press that, we'll press that, and that will be set for it to go round to its left and continue on. So it's, once you get your head round that the switch on one side operates the other two arms, and that switch operates those two arms on a double slip, and then you just put the light bulbs in to suit. Okay, so I've been doing some ballasting. These are my first 2 points I've done putting ballast in, and I've been putting trunking round wires underneath, point motors, and a little seam there, some network rail workers, and I've wired this point up now. All I do is cut a square out, or the shape I want. I'll put a drill hole through the base because the servos have a wire on that goes through the board. Make myself a metal attachment to put on, and then set it up to do the movement, and then I can clip it onto the board. I've just stuck on that siding there, that's where the point is. Now it's not to scale. It's the tape I got, that was the thinnest tape I could find, where also I could drill and get switches in and lights. So it's just to represent, it's just to represent near enough the plan of where the points are. We've now extended, as you know, around here and put those in. But I'm going to have a signal box here, and there's going to be a footpath going across here, and a wooden board step over for the worker to get there, and then he'll come from this area. So done quite a bit of ballasting. I've quite enjoyed it actually, and what a difference it makes to the sound of the track. It's if it's gone smooth and all you hear are the wheels running on the metal part of the track, it's great. So the reason for doing this one is so I can ballast along there. I need to put some sleepers in, which I will do, which I've done in other places, and then I'll cover that with a bit of plastic sheet, and then just because there's actually one here under here, just there, which operates that point there. Because there wasn't enough room to get it in between or over there, I decided to put it here. Like there's actually one under this area, and if I ever need to get to it, I'll just dig the ballast and replace it. Not a problem. So I'm going to drill some holes in here. I use the same drill bit to do the switch and the lights. It'll have 2 lights to indicate like that which way they're going, and the switch at the point there. So I'll drill that and then put the bulbs in and show you. So that's the 3 holes drilled. These 2, that one and that one, are going to be bulbs, and that's a switch. So I'll go inside. Okay, so the lights and the point switch is in. It's pointing in to the siding, so the siding is lit. Press it, flashes, indicates the other way, and it is now going the other way. Once you've got your servo board fitted, which mine is under there, the second one, and behind there is the multi-processor and anything else, extensions, if you know, like care for the block detectors. Once they're there, it is so easy because I can do 12 now with all I've got to do is basically plug it and it'll work. So, and it's all set for slow motion. So when, now there isn't much movement in Engage, but it's a slow turn, which for me is what I want. And once you've done the board, you just plug them in. So it's so easy. It's a case of 3 holes up there, cut a hole for that, bend a piece of bar to the length I want, and put the wire in through the board. I've only got to spend a little bit of time plugging that end and that end in, and then I use this extension, which is the buttons you need to program, and all you do is you press program as many times as you need to get to the motor, and that was number, I believe that was number 8. I think it was 8. And or 7, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was number 7. So you press, just let me focus it, program 7 times, and then you go low or high to move it in the direction you want, which in this case is away from the servo, and well, it always is away from the servo and towards it, and that's it. And then you just press it again, program on here up to 12, because there's 12 on each board, and the 13th press sets it. And that means you can do this up here, so that's the best thing about it. Okay, so I use one of these, got it at a model railway show, I believe it was Doncaster. That's my ballast, it's Gauge Master fine scale, very fine, but I find that's the best for this, for Engage. As you can see, this won't go right up to the corner, so what I usually do, or what I did over there, was I just sprinkle a bit on with the spoon and then just brush it in. Now I'm working from behind the camera, so it could all go pear-shaped. I ain't going to do it looking through the camera, But I'm going to have to look round the camera. The blue tack is just filling any holes in where I've had wires go through, because I use a pretty big hole. I don't mess about with small holes. And then I'll just get a small brush, one of them. I'll just brush it away towards me, because I'm going to put some down here. Into the point. I've had to put 6 sleepers in from where I had gaps, and where you take them out for the points. Now, I don't do a great deal with the brush, because I do the action with the spoon. So I'll just put a bit more in on this side. I quite find this quite relaxing. I know there's going to be some of you think you're a mad person for thinking this is relaxing, but the end product and what it does to your layout, I think is ace. It's like the start of a very long process, a bit like Network Rail. Always working, always improving. But I've run it enough now. I'm a great believer that you should run your layout and make sure everything runs right, and you're happy with how it runs and how it works. Is it doing its thing for you? Yeah. Does it work in the way you want to, say, shunt or move stuff through a turntable like I do? You know, it's all got to. So it's been a while since the track was down. I've done a few alterations, like this point. This point is new because I got that spray in the track machine, you know. So I wanted somewhere where the workers were going to be, and the workers are in with the turntable, with the with the engine shed, doing what they have to do. And then I know you don't really want to watch this, it's quite boring really, but if I just put a bit here, and then I'll show you, if you've never seen one of these pieces of plastic, ballasters, in action. But what then I do I do the magic spoon. I give it a tap, and it just knocks the majority of the stuff off the sleepers. Now, when you put the glue on, it will naturally lift the fine ballast up and put little bits on the sleepers, but it's that minimum, you can just soon knock them off. And then what you do is you just put some ballast in, and this is where it gets really easy. You just move it along. I go backwards and forwards to make, because it really does make it go in. And then I do this side while I'm on with it, because I've cleared it all out ready. And it just puts the shoulder on as well. Good for me. I'll just do until just to this area, you can just see, and then I just go over the spoon, just give it a tap, and it just clears it away. I know I've got a little hole there, because that's where there was a little bit of a deep hole. That is good for me to put some glue in. Now, I won't show you the rest going down that way. I'm going to do up to the overpass, but I've tried Ballast Magic. You may have seen me use it in one of my early videos. Nothing wrong with it. I've used the PVA glue, watering it down, and a bit of washing up liquid and spraying it to make it run and get right in. But about 2 years ago, I believe it was at Whalley in November 19, I got Ballast Bond liquid adhesive. This is a refill, and it does, you don't have to do any mixing. It's got the right dilution for running in, and I just use one of these. I have been using it, so there's a bit of liquid in where you squeeze it, hence the bubble, and sucks it up, and it lays it down where you want it to go, and it does a very good job. So that's how I ballast. I'll just show you with the glue on when I've just done up here where you can see the ballast is finished. I'm just going to go another foot and a bit on both lines, and that's how I do it. I've just got to clear that off there, what I've just seen on the camera, so I can see the edge of the sleepers. And then the other thing I do is, because when you go down with the track ballasting machines, what they have now, it puts a bit more in the middle at different heights, and I just fill this up to whatever well, not whatever height I want it to be, but I just fill in between. I go all the way down, and then I do a little bit in the middle of this, because these machines just spill it. Some of them spill it out to the side, some of them they dig it out. I do apologise if my arm's in the way. Quite hard walking around a camera and trying to do that. So I'll go all the way down there and I'll show you the next stage in a bit. Okay, so that is now totally set. Just got to do the last little bit under there. The point's done. So this area here, barring some bushes at the back there just to tie into the back scene, but the ballasting is done in this area. Points still work. That's got a motor in now because it didn't, and as I showed you before, it's got its own little lay-by. So that's good. Just going to test trains over it now. Well, isn't that typical? The white servo broke. So it has been binned, and I had to dig the ballast up, put a new one in, and it now works. But why does it have to wait until you put the ballast on? Anyway, never mind. Okay, so that's glued. I've just got to put that black wire with the point cover up to it when it's gone off. I hope that was quite interesting for you. It's been nice to see you all again. I've got a shout out for someone, a very good friend of mine. She's called Gemma. Her channel is called Stoney-ole, and that's what the layout's called, Stoney-ole. It's only a small one, but it's in Engage, and she's just put her first video up, and it'd be nice if you could all stop by and give her the encouragement that we all, all helps us to do this part, putting videos up, doing the layout. We don't need any encouragement at all because we enjoy doing it. But it'd be nice if you could just stop by and say hello, because she'll definitely say hello back. So thank you for stopping by on my layout today, and if you've just come across me, it'd be very much appreciated if you could subscribe, hit the bell, then you'll know when something else comes up, and I'll look forward to doing the next video and seeing you again. So bye for now. Bye.